Hi guys, so welcome to this playlist for data science and Python with Pablo. In this playlist, we'll be looking at descriptive statistics. So if you check out the playlist, it's a playlist focused on Python with statistics for data science. And today we're going to be looking at descriptive statistics. Now, first of all, it is ideal for us to figure out the intuition behind descriptive statistics. Now, there are several things that descriptive statistics wants to do. It wants to check out the central tendency of your data, right? So the central tendency gives you a quick overview or the structure of the data you're working with. So we're looking at the central tendency. It also wants to show you dispersion, how spread out your data is. So we're going to be looking at dispersion and finally show you the shape of your data. So if your data was a human being, it wants to know whether it's slim, whether it wants to know whether it's on the chubby side, and you get a sense of this. Now, you also want to ask why we want to do that. Again, it gets to understand, for lack of a better word, the psychology of your data. So here we're trying to also find out the psychology of your data. Now, really interesting stuff. If you are using the pandas library, there is a way for you to figure that out. You would simply have your data set, and then here we are looking at our affairs data set. If you look over here, so we have the data affairs, and then we look at the first 5 rows, and then let's see if anything jumps at us, right? So let's look at the age column, because descriptive statistics works pretty well with numerical data. So let's look at the age. Now we want to look at how spread out. We want to look at the central tendency of the age. So that means we want to look at the mean, median, and mode. So here, the central tendency of age. So, and I'm not going to use the function yet. I'm just going to look at it and just give them different, let you know. First off, we want to look at the mean, right? We want to mean underscore age. So what we do is we first look at our data, then we'll index age, and then you see that we can find the mean. You find the mean of the age. Pretty simple. It's already there. We can also find, and the mean is the average age. So in the affairs data set, you probably want to know what's the average age of the distribution here. We also want to know the median age, because the median age makes it, it shows us age, but without any influence of weird numbers. So we can find out the median underscore age. Again, pretty simple. We index age, and then we get the median. So that's it over here. Then we also want to know the mode. We can do that by looking at the mode underscore age. Now the mode tells you which age occurs more in this distribution of data, looking at affairs, human affairs, especially with marriage, relationships, promiscuity, things like that. Then we want to look at the age that appears the most, and you see we put it over here, dot mode. And I'm just doing this with basic pandas. We're not really using any statistical model for this, right? And so here you see the central tendency of it. We also want to look at the spread of the data. And in looking at the spread of the data, you probably want to look at the range of the data. For instance, we look over here. I'll call this spread. Oops, okay, that's it. Then here, I want to look at the range underscore age. And in here, I'm just going to say, what is the data affairs? And here I will basically put age. And then I want to look at the max age here. I'm going to look at the max age, and then I'll subtract it from the mean age, which is the minimum of the age. Right, with this, we have the mean right here. So that is what we have in our range, right? There's a lot. You want to understand, say, the standard deviation, which is how spread apart is the age away from the mean or going closer to the mean, right? So we could do standard deviation, right? And then here, we're basically going to say the data, then the age, right? Then dot std, look at it, pretty simple again. And we have this, right? So we probably want to look at the percentiles, right? There's a lot you could do. We could look at the shape, which is, we could look at how skewed it is. We could look at how skewed the data is. We could do a lot about that. We could look at, just check out shape, right? And here I'm going to call this skew underscore age. And don't worry about the skewness. We're going to talk about this as we keep proceeding, but now you know that we can look at the data affairs, look at age, and then we put dot skew. See, we got that. We want to look at the percentiles, how it's spread out, right? We want to look at all that, and then we look at the percentiles. Now, just looking at data as it's look from the first 25%, the 50th percentile, the 75th percentile, stuff like that. And that's what we'll do here. And so it's pretty simple. Just basically say percentile underscore age. And in it, we have the data again. And then we look at the column we're looking at is age, which is column of interest. Then we say the quantile. Look at that. Quantile. It's just going to show up. Right. And now with a quantile, we're just going to break it into three ways. We're going to have 0.25, the first 25. Then we're going to have 0.5, which is the middle part. And 0.5 is also the median, the median value. Then we have 0.75. And this is how we're going to break the data down, and everything is in here. So you see, this normally is what we have all set out. So which means if I decide that we want to look at all we have done, we could basically say we can print. So we want to look at everything. We can print, open bracket. We want to say, we use f string here for string formatting, and we say the mean. We want to look at the mean. And again, come in here. What do we look at? The mean underscore age. Right. And again, we also want to look at want to print, and here we look at this and say we want to look at the median, and we'll put this again in here, and what we're going to look at is the median age. Okay, I want to look at the median age. I was beginning to wonder why it was looking weird, but here, yes, we want to look at the median age. We also want to do a print again. See, as I'm taking my time out, so that you just take this one little step at a time. Want to look at the mode. And what that means is, in a curly brace, we put our mode underscore age. Again, we look at the spread. So just so we look at this, so when we print this out, you can see the mean of the age is 32, the median is 32. So it tells you that there's not much right here. The most occurring age in this distribution is 27 years old. Are folks who are 27 years old, right? We can also find out if we want to print what do we want to print here. We want to print the spread, which is see that. So we could say this, and then we could say spread, and in here the curly brace we're going to have range underscore age, right? And here we see the spread of it, 9.5. Then we can also look at the standard deviation. We can print. And the reason I'm taking my time out to do this is because at the end of it, I'm just going to use one function and we'll try and see what that function does. Here, I want to look at the standard deviation. So again, with the F string, where we format stuff, so we can say standard deviation, right? And here we have the standard dev. And again, see the standard deviation is 9.2, which tells you the spread from our mean. You get me? From mean going and coming away from the mean and moving towards the mean is 9.2. So you're going to see that that's how, spread out the mean is. So this is basically what it is like looking through what we have here. Now, there's a simpler way to look at it, but this is more an elaborate way of checking out individually what you're doing. So we could use the pandas function, which is to describe. So with that, I could simply just go to data affairs, index age, chain it with describe. See that? Chain it with describe. And with that, I got myself this. So we got a count, which is the total number of features in the age distribution. 32.48. Come over here. Same thing we have over here. Standard deviation, mean, the minimum 17.5, which I could have gotten it by basically looking at the minimum. Then this is the maximum age, which if you see 57 minus this, probably what would have given us this, right? That's what it is. Then 25, the 25th percentile, which obvious is where if we looked at percentiles, if we had looked at this guy with his percentile age over here, that's what would have gotten. Look at them. Right. So basically, we have now seen we have now seen the way the age is distributed, and it gives us a sense of what the distribution looks like. And what this helps us to do is we get to understand the distribution, how well our data is spread out, and all. And with data analysis, you can use it to understand so much about your data with respect to affairs over here. So this is basically what descriptive statistics is. A little bit long, the video, but just take out your time and watch this and have a sense of what descriptive statistics is about.